we have talked a lot about Tableau, where we learned about bins, and there are many other features we have already talked about. There have been many questions revolving here and there, majorly on filters. So I thought of creating a dedicated video on filter, where I'll go into what all different kind of filters available in Tableau, how to use that, and then how to optimize and even make the filters dynamic. So let's start, and we'll talk about all the possible kind of filters available in Tableau. So I have connected sample superstore dataset, as you can see over here, right? And this is the pane, right, where we drag the data sources. So as you can see, I have dragged sample superstore order data sheet here, right? So you can find it over here, and this is the preview of the data, as you can see. Now, the first kind of filter that we are going to see is called as data source filter. What is data source filter? So let's talk about this. Let's say you are working for XYZ company, right? This company is global. So they might have operations in US region, they might have in UK region, they might have, let's say, their operation in India, right? They might have operation in many other countries. But let's say you are only working, right? You are only working for US region. And that too, in US region, let's say you are only working for maybe, let's say, Kentucky, right? Now, in that case, what happens when you start connecting your data to Tableau, all the other locations data will be also available, but those are not of your use, right? You are only responsible for creating the reports for US region, and that too for Kentucky state. So you may not want to flow your entire set of data to the development phase. So what you can do is you can use data source filter and filter the entire data set for only this combination. This way, only some limited portion of data will be flowing, and your speed will be optimized. Your operation will be faster than what it used to be when you would have connected the entire data set. And this is where data source filter will be helpful to you. Now let's quickly look at how you can implement it. As we know, this sample superstore data source is only for US region. So we don't have to think about the other geographic locations. But as I am only concerned about Kentucky state, so definitely I can filter it. How? Can you see this? Filters here at the top right corner. And there is an option called as add. This is 0 currently because there is no filter have been applied over there. So click on add, right? And you will get a dialog box here. And this dialog box shows currently nothing, right? Click on add. And here I'm getting an option for select a field, right? I know that Kentucky is a state, so I'll just search for a state. And here it is. I click OK. You'll get another dialog box. And from here, select Kentucky, right? You can even search it, or I can find it here. So I'll just select it, right? Click OK. And you will find the data has now been filtered for Kentucky state. This is called as data source filter. Now let's move to worksheet. So this is sheet 1. I'll just move over here. And now let's say I want to understand what is the average, sales per customer, right? So what I can do is I'll drag customer name, right? There would be definitely a lot of customers, right? And then I'll drag maybe, let's say, sales, right? And currently this is summation of sales. I want to make it average sales value. So I'll just change this summation to average. And this is how it looks like, right? So this is my average sales value. Let's make this to descending order. So it seems like Katrina is giving us $1,249 of average sales value, right? And so on. Now, let's say I want to go a little more granular, right? I want to filter for city, right? So what I can do is I'll drag filter, city into the filter self. Maybe I can use all, right? And then I can make show filter. This is a standard filter we have, right? So you can see all the states of Kentucky are shown over here, right? Now, you can also make use of either the only relevant values or all values in database. Currently, we are just working on a single state. That's why, in this case, it won't be a lot helpful. But yeah, if you will go deeper, it will be. So let's do one thing. As you now already understand what is data source filter, so I'm going to remove this filter for better understanding. So I'll just click over there, remove, click OK, and you're done. Now, let's remove this city for now, right? And let's first add a state filter. So I'm just adding a state filter. I'll use all, and then I'll right click on it, show filter. So here are all the states. I'll just make it single value drop down, right? This will be more optimized, right? And then I'll show city also. And for city, I'll make maybe like, multi-value checklist. I'll keep as it is. And I'll put a state at the top. Now let's say I'm selecting Kentucky here. Definitely I can search for it. So here is Kentucky. And now, can you see that? Still I can see all the city, right? For example, York City. York City might not be the part of Kentucky, but still it's visible over there. That's because in this filter, we have an option selected called as all values in database. If you will change this to only relevant values, then what will happen? It will be like only the relevant cities of the selected state will be shown to you. Let's see how it works. So if I'll click on all relevant values, did you see the changes? Now we are having only those cities which are in Kentucky state. If I change the state to, let's say, Montana, so you can see only the respective states are, respective cities are shown over here, and so on. So that's the difference between all values in database and the relevant values in database, right? Cool. Now, let me do one thing. Instead of showing the graph on customer name, right, let me show the graph by city. Okay, so I'll just remove this customer name and I'll place city over there. Here you go with the city, right? And let's make this to a bar chart. Okay, a vertical bar chart would be better. I'll just expand this a bit, right? Yes, or maybe let's make this as entire view. And I'll change the title as average sales value, right? Click OK. So, and I'll enable the text as well. So currently I can see in the Gulf Port City, the average sales value is $55.5, while in Jackson, it's $218.4 and so on. If you want, you can arrange this in ascending or descending order as well. Now, I just change the state, corresponding cities will be available over here, right? These are the dependent filters. Here, city is dependent on state, right? So far we have looked at data source filter, dependent filter, quick filter. Quick filter is nothing but when you add a filter, that's basically quick filter or standard filter, whatever you say, right? Then there is something called as context filter. What is context filter? Let me show you. My bad. I'll just put it back to the system. Here you go, right? Now, let's say what I'm doing is, if you right click on the state, right, can you see something called as add to context? Yes, this is called as context filter. What it means, when I clicked on add to context, nothing changed in the view. The only thing that has been changed is the color, background color of this state filter. So now your report has been filtered, right, for the state that has been selected over here. For example, if I'll select, let's say, Kentucky again. So report has been filtered on Kentucky state. Now, whatever filter further you will add, maybe like, let's say, I'm adding region filter, right? So filter, so here is your region, right? Kentucky is in south, south region, that's why south has been selected. So whatever you will add for the filters, that will be filtered after this state filter. That's basically your context filter. For now, I just remove it. So there is an option called as remove from context. I just select that, right? And I also remove the region from here, right? Now, let's go a bit further and talk about how you can show top, maybe let's say top N cities, right? So what I'm going to do is I'll select all the states, right? I'm not filtering for anything. So you can see, this is a pretty crowded, graph. So what I'm going to do is now I'll change this graph to top N cities. How I can do that? Multiple ways are there. First, let's click over there and select edit filter, right? So can you see this option called as top here? right? So in top, by default, it will be none selected. What I'm going to do is I'll just select by field, and now it shows top 10 by average sales value. That's what I'm looking for, right? So I'm looking for top 10 cities based upon their average sales value. I'll just click apply. Okay, here you go. All right, let's make this, this graph has already been sorted. So it seems like these are the cities which is giving you maximum average sales value, right? These are the top 10 cities. Similarly, if I want to change this to maybe like, let's say top 5 cities, I'll just change this 10 to 5, click OK. And you can see these are the top 5 cities in terms of average sales value. Now, let's say you want to say bottom 5 cities, means those 5 cities which is giving you minimum average sales value. So what I'll do is I'll change this top to bottom, right? And here you go. So Evelyn, Illyria, Jupiter, these are the cities which is giving you minimum average sales value, right? I'll just change to top again, right? And here you go, right? Now, as you can see, every time when I have to change the value, let's say I'm looking for top 1 only. So I'll just change to 1, right? And Jamestown is the city where I'm getting maximum average sales value, right? So what's happening? Every time whenever you have to change the top value or bottom value, you have to go to the filter and work on it, right? But is this feasible? Definitely not, right? This is not at all feasible. So let's say your user age, let me change the color, right? So let's say your user is looking for maybe once as, let's say, top 10, another time another user is looking for top 20, another user is looking for, let's say, top 7. You cannot create different charts for them. Instead, what we can do is we can provide a control to the user, right? And in that control, we can provide an option whether user want to select top 3, they can type 3. If they want to select top 5, they can select 5. If they want to select top 50, they can do 50. Or they can just type in, or we can provide an option to select something called as a radio button, like select top 3, top 5, top 7, right? And so on. How you can do that? This is where parameter can help you. So as we know, parameter is a kind of dynamic control which help you to select something at the runtime. It's an independent dynamic control, guys. Means you can use this parameter anywhere you need. If you want to understand this more, like how it can be helpful in other places, check out our videos on how to create bins. In that video, I have explained how you can use parameter to control the bin size as well. Similarly, we will use a parameter over here to control the top filter depending upon the user's requirement. Let's see how we can do that. So what we are going to create now is called as parameter. Very, very helpful feature in Tableau. Let's go ahead. So to create a parameter, what I can do is I'll just click over there, and this is an option called as create parameter. It will give me a dialog box. I'll just keep the name as, let's say, top N cities, right? Now it's asking me, okay, by the way, there is an option called as comment. If you want, you can write it. There is not, it's not compulsory, right? But yeah, for a good documentation purpose, you can definitely add it. For now, I'm not doing that. Now it's called, there's a box for properties. This is the important one, so you should understand. There is first option called as data type. So there are multiple data types. You need to decide what data type you require. For example, in our case, we are looking for top N cities. So we are sure like there would be either top 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20, 100, right? It cannot be 1.5 cities, right? That's why it should be integer. So I'll just select integer over here. Then it's asking me current value, right? Current value means what value you want to show by default, right? Let's say I want to show by default as 5. Means whenever the user will open, they should be able to see top 5 cities based upon average sales. Then it's asking me when the workbook opens, what you want to show. I want to show the current value. So that's already been selected. Then what is the display format? For now, I'll keep it automatic, right? I don't want anything to be changed. So it should be integer. And then this is very important part. I'll go through all the three options one by one. First, let's go by all option. In the all option, what will happen? The user will get a kind of text box and they need to type in whether they want top 1, 2, 3, 20, 100, whatever they want. They just need to type it and hit enter and the report will get refreshed, right? So let's start with all and then we'll also move to the other two options, list and range. Click OK. And you will find here an option is different section called as parameters created where we have the parameter top n cities, all right? Please note, this parameter has not been used for now. So it's of no use in this report. Now let's use this. How? Click on the city, edit filter, right? And now, instead of this 1 or 10, click this drop down. And can you see this parameter over here? The parameter you have just now created? Yes. Even you can create a new parameter from here as well. It's the same thing, right? So I have already created the parameter. So I'll just select this. Rest of the things are good. So I'll just click OK. Done. Can you see now 5 top cities based upon the average sales value? Yes. Now there is last option. Let me make it multi-value drop down. Now the last option, provide this control to the user. How? Right click on your parameter and click on show parameter, right? And here you go. Now the user want top 2 cities. They can type 2, click OK, right? Hit enter, top 10 cities. Did you see it getting changed, right? Top 20, right? Maybe like top 45, right? Top 1 and so on, right? So this is a beautiful, feature over here. Also, do you guys know how many cities we have in US? If not, no worries. Just I'll create a new sheet and we'll drag city option over here. Now, can you see how many cities we have? Yes, if you'll carefully look at it, it's 531, right? If you don't want to go into that, we have other options as well. What I'll do, I'll just make this to count of distinct. And how much it is? It's 531, right? Now go back. Let's say somebody is typing 550 here. As we know, in US, right? Or at least in the data that has been given to you, there are only 531 cities, right? So definitely it cannot go beyond it, right? But this is somehow misleading to the user, right? So user can type 1000 also, but it's not helpful, right? It's not helpful. So what you can do is you can change this option for the user. How? For that, you can right click on your parameter, click edit parameter, edit, and instead of selecting all, you can select range option. And here you can give what is the minimum value user can select? 1. Maximum value, let's make them 500, right? And at what shape size they can select? So 1, right? Click OK and done, right? What I'll do is I'll just hide it, right? Or there was another option as well. I'll show you later. So parameter, and now here you go. Can you see this? So this is 1, user can select for 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Remember the step parameter, we gave it as 1. That's why it's select, changing by 1. If you could have given it, let's say, I'm changing it to, let's say 5. So now whatever you will change, it will be selected by 5. So after 11, it's 16, then 21, 26, 31, and so on. So this is called as range parameter. And there is one last option called as list. What is list? Let me show you. Now let's say you don't want user to type in something or keep on clicking next. You want some standard option to be given, like top 3, top 5, top 10, top 20. How you can do that? Just click list. So here it is, let's say, let's click list. So let's say the value is 3 and I want to display as top 3, right? Then 5, I want to display as top 5, right? Then let's add a couple of more. This should be top 10, right? And then let's add 20 and this should be top 20. That's it. Click OK and done, right? You can click over here and select maybe like at the drop down. So you can see the option top 3, 5, 10, and 20. You can also select this as a reload button, right? So if I click on top 5, you can see top 5, top 10, top 20, right? And so on. So this is the way using which, with the help of parameters, you can control your filter. I hope you like this video on the filters in Tableau, right? There are other kind of filters as well, like dashboard action filters, and there are a couple of more, which we'll talk in the coming videos. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel. And if you face any difficulty, comment below and we'll be happy to help you.